The last time I told you that Latinidad is an ideology. I also said it's a mythology. What do I mean by that? A mythology is a set of narratives told across generations, across time, meant to explain the origins, the values, and the characteristics that define a people. I know you're thinking, mythology, that's like Romans and Greeks, like they have mythology. Egyptians have mythology. We don't. That's a different type of mythology, okay? That's ancient mythology, but stay with me. Because what I mean by mythology is that we construct our reality with narrativity. How does this apply to Latinos? Okay, well, I want you to think of this. What makes a Latino and what is Latinidad? What are the defining characteristics of this people and how do you know that? Some people might think it's language-based. Latinidad, Latinos, they speak Spanish. But is that true? People get real passionate about this, right? About Spanish being the defining characteristic of Latinidad, to the point where they bully people, right? They practice ethnic boundary policing. They bully people who do not speak the Spanish language, and they say, "You're a no sabo," okay? That is bullying. Meanwhile, the reality is that hundreds of languages exist throughout the Americas, and Spanish isn't the only one. Obviously, there's Spanish, Portuguese, and English spoken in Latin America, but there are also dozens and dozens of indigenous languages. There are Creole languages, and there are mixtures of those. Okay, so maybe language isn't the defining characteristic of Latinidad. Maybe it's something else, like skin tone or skin color, right? We are all brown after all, aren't we? No, we're not. Look at me, I'm medium beige. And in fact, since it's winter, I'm getting lighter. Shout out to Lady Gaga's House Labs because my color is called light, medium, natural, which isn't even a color, okay? When I buy my foundation, the link is in my bio because views don't pay enough. So when you close your eyes and you think of what is a Latino and what is Latinidad, you're probably thinking of a medium beige phenotype with darker hair. You're not thinking of kinky coily hair usually, and you're also not thinking about darker skin tones that are on that specific end of the skin tone spectrum. Latinidad in the United States is also defined by immigration, okay? And that has to do with immigrant cohort and generation, but it also has to do with the fact that a lot of Latinos are not immigrants at all. What about your homegirl who is 6th or 5th generation U.S. Latina, Mexican American, whose parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents were born in the United States? Are they also not Latinas just because they don't have an immigrant story? So I hope that you can start to understand how all of these things are narratives that are often repeated, that we make up, that we all agree upon, and we say that is Latinidad, okay? But while we do